what we're going to try to do today is to make some stuffed pasta with sauce thereon. Now let's focus on the ingredients. The main is the pasta. As you can see, I don't know what it is called because I don't know how to pronounce this word.
Conchiglione.
Okay, fine. Okay, this is basically like shell shaped, so you can stuff it in. Alright. That's the main ingredient. Then we have some chopped onions, chopped red and yellow bell peppers.
Yes.
And for the Indian flavor, a bit of chili.
There we go.
Okay. What else do we need in terms of the main ingredients? Is basically we need some mincemeat, red meat. Okay. A lamb would be great. We didn't get lamb, so we are using beef. Right.
You can use whatever you want. But no white.
Yeah, avoid the white meat. Then we have the cheeses assorted. Basically, there is a tendency to stick to Parmesan or to Reggiana cheese, but here we have ventured out to take other cheeses. Right? Some of the things that add flavor and which are required is, as you can see, cebolla, okay, which is onion in the dehydrated form. We have mixed dry herbs, okay, that is perihil, and with a bit of garlic therein. We have some ready-made sauces. This is a roasted garlic sauce. Then we have, in addition, dehydrated garlic. We will need cream for the sauce. And for the white sauce, again, I'll be using a little bit of the ready-made packets, which is cuatro quesos, is four cheeses. Right? Another ingredient is basically baby spinach, which has been blanched and now it's in ice cold water so that it retains its color. Alright, and not but the least is pepper. Okay, so I'm keeping the pepper back. And now basically Adit will switch off the section so that we go on to phase 2. Focus on it. Okay, take olive oil, extra virgin. Be generous when pouring it in because this will add to the flavor and it's healthy oil. Okay. Then we will take a not so healthy element but which will give great flavor, and that's your butter. Now let me see the knife. Again, be generous, don't be stingy. Take a decent knob of butter. Here like a slice. Remember to put the oil first and then add the butter so that it doesn't burn. Okay. Ensure that the heat, you don't give it too much of heat so that it melts away slowly and doesn't become brown. Okay, there we go. Now, don't be a fussy daddy and just add all the chopped ingredients that we had in the earlier stage. In goes the chili, in goes the onion, in goes the peppers. Okay. Now the important thing over here is you have to keep the heat low so that it doesn't char. Okay. So I'm just going to reduce the heat further, and this is going to take some time. Now once this is done, we'll be adding other ingredients. In the meantime, what I intend on adding is the herbs. Okay, so this is perihil with a bit of garlic. Okay, this is going to be added in. Now don't ask me about the measure because this is for individual taste. I'm going to also add some dehydrated garlic. If I can open the pouch. Like that. Okay, here you go. Now this is for individual taste, how much of it you want. Right? Okay, here you go. Okay, this should be enough. I will make it last for a few more dishes, so I'm being a bit stingy here. Okay, we have done that. Hold on a sec, Adit. Another excellent element that will go with this is oregano, please. Just add them in. Now this is not perhaps traditional cooking because you don't usually add dry herbs when you are stir frying stuff, but we like it this way. Add pepper. Okay. Now as you can see, the onion is getting translucent, which is an indication that it is getting softer and softer. So are the peppers. Right? You can now we just add a little bit of salt to this. Now mind you, I'm not going to add too much because most of the sauce packs that I'm using have already sauce added in it, so I don't want the dish to become too salty. Right? Now, what's left to be done? Take the mince. Now, how much of mince is this? Roughly 300 grams. There it goes. And now this will be cooking away to glory. I wish you could record the smell, but it's smelling good, right, Adit?
Of course.
Oh, wait a minute. Because we still have to add a few more ingredients to this, but we will not be able to add it until such time the meat is slightly cooked. Right? So I'm going to turn on the heat now. Just a little bit. I don't want anything to burn in this. So this is basically what we are doing right now is we're making the stuffing. Right? Let's got a little bit of heat. It's garlicky. Okay. Now since I had already included onions in this, I'm not going to add too much of the dehydrated stuff. I mean, we'll just have too much of onion coming in. I'm just going to add a little bit of onion. Don't focus on my stomach. Okay. Because it's a sign of healthy eating. Rather rich eating. Muy rico. Okay.
You're not Spanish.
Alright, no Spanish. Yeah, as you can see the meat is getting cooked because you can see the color change. Right?
Right.
So this is like
Meat is always good.
use organic stuff. It's supposedly good. Try to use that on most occasions. Now as you can see this again, turn the heat low. Yes, now, if you recollect, we had this spinach, which was blanched. Soak out the excess water. Alright. And put it in. The reason it was put in ice cold water after blanching is so that it retains its fresh green color. Now when we see this, okay, doesn't matter if there is some water that goes in, because anyways you're going to build up a little bit, it's not going to be very dry sauce for the stuffing. Okay? The only problem I'm having is because the water is very ice cold. Here goes. A bit of spinach is wasted. No issues. Alright. Now as you can see, how does it smell, Adit?
Oh, come on. You know how it smells. It's amazing.
It's taking shape. And now, let's chop this up. With roasted garlic sauce. Now mind you, I'm not going to put too much of this because I don't want this to be gravy. So I think it has to be semi-dry. Right, so the idea is not to use too much of this stuff. And as we are Indians, don't waste anything. Put a little bit of water to get out the excess sauce. And there you go. You put the sauce in. There you go. Now what's going to happen to this mixture very soon, and which we'll get in the next phase of our recording, is we're going to make this mixture into a puree. Okay, but prior to that, I'm going to add a little bit of cream. Who adds cream to meat? Well, I do.
Huh?
Nobody adds cream to the meat, right?
No, I don't think. No one does.
I do. Okay.
He does.
We got cream added, and we had some cheeses out here. Have a look at that. Okay. I'm not going to use all of it. Just a little bit of the cheeses will go in, so as to basically make this, once we puree the stuff, it will be nice and sticky, if you want to call it. There it goes. And remember, we are not doing the traditional cheese, guys. We are mixing different types of cheeses. As you can see, that this is now forming a different texture altogether. It's all coming in. The sauce, everything is coming in. Cheese is taking it's melting away and coating the meat. Okay. Now I'm going to turn off the heat. Okay. Okay, just hold on a sec now. I just don't switch it off. Switched off the heat. Okay, on the other gas, I'm now going to start making preparation for the pasta. Nothing much. For pasta, you need a lot of space. So if you're, it doesn't matter the quantity of the pasta, but a bigger bowl or bigger cooking vessel is very important. Fill it up with water and let the water come to a boil. Okay. I'm not going to show you how to make the pasta right now in detail because it's pretty easy. Once the water reaches boiling temperature and you will see the steam coming up, that's the time when you put the pasta. Now a good measure for the pasta is basically around 80 grams per person. Okay, now I have 500 grams, so I'm going to use only half a packet, otherwise it will be overeating. Okay, so whilst the water's coming to a boil, I'm going to now close shop for the moment and we will come back in part 3. What's happening now? Okay, phase 3. This is a blender that we're using, a small one. We're going to put all the mixture that we made just in the previous episode into this, and let's see what happens after the blender started. Okay, but this is basically keeping in mind that we want to do the stuffing. You could just stuff the mixture just as is. We prefer kind of a squishy squashy thing because we got spinach in that. I think enough. Right. Because it's like kind of coming in together, and you see the color that's coming, right? So since we don't have a big machine to use, we're going to do this in batches, and as you can see, Urma is now taking out the mixture that we have made, and see the content now. See how it becomes, okay? So I'll come together. This is what I like about this stuff, okay? Okay, we're going to do some more. And remember, this mixture that you are now making, if this is made in excess, you can always use it for some other stuffing. You could even venture out to put this on bread, on toasted bread, and it will taste nice. I think you can put all of it now, right?
Yes.
जसं मागे जायला ते म्हणजे टेस्ट एकदम कसं 3 लोक लागतात. 2 of the ones
Now
are
you'll also
cooking.
notice that the pan which we had used to make this mixture is a bit greasy. Okay, we don't want all of that goodness to be taken out because I'm going to use that pan again and the olive oil that is there with the butter later to make some sauce that is just to drizzle on top of the pasta that we're going to make stuffed pasta. Okay,
Okay.
so as you can see, just have a quick look. The pasta is like already in the boiling water, and it's almost done. This particular pasta takes about 12 to 13 minutes to cook. Okay, so let it go on, and now you can stop and we'll come to the next. We got pasta there. We got the pasta, and now this needs to be stuffed generously. Right, watch it get stuffed. Okay, that's it. That's good enough.
Oh yeah.
And lay it out properly. Okay, now show the stuffed sequence there. That's right. Okay. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the sauce. Okay, so Adit, if you want to take a break and stop this, and while we go ahead to make the sauce which will coat this, you can stop this now. Okay, so basically what I did now when we are doing the sauce, I added milk, okay, and I added some cream also, and just to make things a little more interesting,
We will add more cheese.
some of the cheese that we had taken, the variety. Right? Yeah. Not too much because this is a quattro quesos for 4 cheeses sauce anyway, but this is just to kind of even the thickness. Not too much thickness because this is supposed to drip over the. Okay. Now show the stuffed pasta which we have put out there. Looks interesting, doesn't it?
Of course it does, and
Okay.
it will.
Now let's just wait for the cheese a little bit to melt. Okay, so this is going to be a very creamy, rich sauce. And well, it has to be tasty, right? Because,
Of course it does.
okay, now what I'm going to do is take it off the heat. And Adit, you can move this way a little bit and just pour the
Watch
sauce.
it.
Just pour the sauce.
Just
Watch
pour
the
it.
goodness
Yeah.
pour. Pour the. First,
Yeah.
make sure all the meat, all the pasta is kind of
Just look at the tastiness
Coated.
and taste and awesomeness. Taste.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you've got a rich sauce. This is not dry pasta.
And it's homemade.
Homemade. Now, for those of you who have a conventional oven, okay, it would be a good idea to put this in at 180 degrees centigrade for about 4 to 6 minutes. Okay. Mind you, it has to be a preheated oven. And 4 to 6 minutes in the oven thereafter will just give this kind of a thickening element to the sauce. But we don't mind our sauce being wet. And well, here you go, you have your dish.
And remember, the sauce is gold.
Okay, that's it, Adit. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Then we'll come back. It rained finally. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun.